welcome to the Franken Culture YouTube channel. And we're actually doing something very special today. We were at the GameStop Expo, and Levi informed us about these headphones from Lucid Sound. He was telling us how awesome they were, how great he's heard about them, and they were actually at the expo, and we got to try them out. You were like sold almost immediately.
Sold almost immediately. I, about 2-3 months ago, was looking for a good middle of the road headset that wasn't overly expensive but still was high in quality. And the very first things that popped up were Lucid Sound, and that was Amazon, just regular Google searches, everything across the board, Lucid Sound, Lucid Sound, Lucid Sound. And they start at a 20, they go to a 30, and they go to a 40.
They actually have a 25 coming out as well, because they had them there at the show, and they're coming out in September.
I missed those.
So it's like a mini step.
And then the only reason neither of us really invested in the 40 was because the only difference between the 30 and the 40, from what we could understand, was that the 40s do have built-in 7.1 digital surround sound, if you're into that. And even though both of us do love gaming, it's not that big of a deal because these both have very good internal speakers and internal powered amplifiers, which is also what sold me.
So the CEO of Lucid Sound, he came from
Triton Gaming, which was
and Mad Cats.
And Mad Cats, which was very
You're
weird.
drinking on camera, so am I.
Because I was talking to the CEO, I didn't even know it. I was telling this random guy at the booth that I had read all these reviews, and I was excited to see them at the expo because it was finally a hands-on. One of the reasons I was weary about buying something was because I didn't get to try it. My usual shopping places, GameStop, Walmart,
Best Buy,
didn't have them in stock. Keep in mind they are a relatively new startup company, I think maybe a year or two old. And I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I heard this guy left Triton Gaming to start his own headset. And he's like, yeah, that was me. And I was like, oh, cool. So he was very helpful, and they did have an amazing deal. The 20s, I believe, retail for...
we looked it up on Amazon, and they were going for $100. And they were like, I paid $40.
And then these ones retail for about $150, and I got them for $80. The 40s, I think, retail for about $200, and they had them for like $1, even flat, something along those lines. So it was almost a deal too good to pass up. You wouldn't find a better deal on Amazon unless it was, the Black Friday or something along those lines.
Because these were on Amazon at one point, and I think I'd even sent you the link, and they were still like the price was still, I think, over $100.
Yeah, even the Cyber, because I kept an eye on these on Cyber Monday, and they never dropped below $100.
Yeah.
And so that's
Prime Day too, which is kind of a ripoff.
Yeah, and so it was right off the bat. I was like, you know what, $80 sold. Given, talked to Steven and Stackhouse.
They sold 3 pairs in the span of like 20 minutes.
Yes, but Stackhouse got the 20s as well. Casual gamer, very good gamer, but the difference between the 20 and the 30 are completely white. To give a better idea of the 20s, there really that much of a difference. If you're willing to save the money to go with the wired 20s, the mobility of if I'm playing a video game and I need to get up and let my dogs out, which you can hear barking in the background.
Let's correct these bitches.
Or if I want to take a piss or something like that, I don't want to have to remove the headset
and we
go around.
We've already said,
do this, put them back on, and
we
get
were
back
laughing earlier.
I like the idea of just being able to unbox and go.
We cracked them open. Levi's been very antsy. He's wanted to get in
for me, but for somebody who doesn't care about something like that,
already
100%
professional box. This is when the 20s come in. Nothing wrong with it. My video game time has been cut in half.
It is the box.
And it's a small amount of hours. Like it is what it is. Small amount of hours. Got the recycled cardboard, $40 price point, instructions, and the kind of the headphones themselves are a nice weight. The main super comfortable. Just kind of going over some of it. You can get both of these are charged and the mute are actually on the side. You'll charge them, and they actually have a built-in amplifier. Left is where your microphone goes.
Left is
it says it delivers up to 20 hours per charge. And we're unboxing these for you today.
The right side
Stackhouse has been using these since yesterday, and there's wheels on the other side of these review out fairly soon on what it's going to be about his. A lot easier.
I will follow up everything with my 30s, hopefully shortly.
USB again because it's charged. Another big selling point is if you go to the gym and you want to run, you can actually use these for that. The microphone is detachable, so you don't look like a complete schmuck. It's just a regular set of headphones. So we have the headphones. Let's dig into what else we got. the bag with all your cords. Nonsense. The one thing, because we kind of spied some other videos to see what they were saying.
Which all those other videos out there, if you watch other ones besides this,
Charging cord.
Yeah.
Which, if you have an Xbox or PlayStation, you already
have one.
Yeah, that's whatever. You can plug it in and you'll be fine.
Fry's, Walmart, Amazon, Target, anywhere. If you lose that or if you want a longer one, they're a dime a dozen anywhere.
Microphone plugs right in. It's a nice little boom mic setup. Move it around.
Totally adjustable.
Yep.
Up, down, left, right.
And again, you can mute it just from hitting the side. And then the actual, again, because the 20s are wired. So, but the cord is incredibly long. So, I mean, again, the gym scenario that
you will be able to plug these into your iPhone, Android, whatever the case may be, plug them into your headset,
and run.
You're good to go. Music popped up right away.
It's already popping up.
It thinks I'm listening to something.
And then it actually comes with something really cool too, for those cases where you do want to use it as like an outside kind of headset. It comes with little silicone plugs that just plug right in and make it completely solid. So you don't...
If you want to keep the gunk out of your...
Yeah, well, and again, if you just want to use them as a regular headset. I do really like the fact that it moves, so your wife's yelling at you, you can turn it and go, oh, I know.
Right.
I haven't done anything all day.
I haven't done anything all day.
Let's crack open the 30s.
All right, the 30s, which the 30s have the box and came with a little
the outside box,
professional box. The Lucid Sound logo on the front.
Let me just remind everybody. This was the instruction manual that came with the 20s. Let's see the 30.
So, flops open. Oh, stuff's falling out. Which, keep in mind, the gentleman that we talked to, the CEO, which we are going to share the information, the company's information. He said that these are completely warranted. If something does happen to them, breaks, whatever,
90-day manufacturer warranty.
And you don't return them to the store, you go through the company itself. But the information is here. You have your quick guide set up.
Look how fancy this box is.
Like,
I feel just jealous of the box.
Right. This does have your setup for everything Xbox, PlayStation 4. We did take a peek at it, how to charge it, how to do the microphone. Little quick setup on the back of your controller hookups should you want to use that. But like I said, this is one of the reasons I got it was, except for the Xbox One, you are completely wireless. You can do cartwheels while you're gaming if you want to, and you won't even need to worry about it. But
I would pay money to see you do a cartwheel while playing Destiny 2.
There you go. Destiny 2 is coming out soon. So quick, just pops right out. We bought the same colored headset. They do come in other colors, FYI. I believe it was a white.
Yeah, there was like a
red.
white. Yeah, but the red was
are in there. There it goes. So, yes, the white ones did look. It was like an off-white color,
it was like tinted,
but it looked pink. Same thing. They articulate. These look a little bigger though.
Yeah, your cups are, as in regular life, your headphones have a bigger cup size than me.
There you go. But it's the same thing. They are very similar headsets. Mine are
2 times bigger. Yeah.
So if you prefer the over ear versus maybe on the ear, the 20s look like they're going to be more on ear. These look like they are going to be fully. These are definitely over ear. So which is nice if that's your thing. Now the one thing that I didn't realize until just now is we live in Las Vegas, Nevada. It gets hot out, which means that these will get a little warm. I personally don't care if that's a problem for you. Maybe go with the 20s just based off the fact that there's going to be more airflow around your ears.
Yeah, I mean, the manufacturer is super nice. So, like, you're dealing with kind of like a faux leather band, and even the inside is a stitched leather padded headband.
Oh, yeah. Leather all around, leather ear cuffs. The big sell for me on, I didn't care, the Lucid Sound, I don't care what headset it is the actual headset, the headpiece. I need the torsional stability and I need something strong. I'm not going to name names, but I have had a pair of headset and never dropped them, never did anything, but the ear mounts right here on both sides broke.
Put it out there. PlayStation Gold headset.
PlayStation Gold headset.
Completely shattered on him.
Amazing headset, but they broke. I had to duct tape them to keep them together, but I lost any stability on the head. I loved the headset themselves. They were.
I tried telling him to duct tape
wireless.
it to his head. Did not want to do that.
Same thing though, side, it's a twisty for the volume, and each side has a button and a twist. And one thing Steven didn't go over is, on his as well as mine, you do have your microphone dongle. You have your power button, but you have 3 different EQ settings. So you have a regular sound, super bass, and super treble. They kind of say that the super
Now I've
bass,
heard it's all about the bass.
all about the
And no treble.
and no treble. But if you like your treble, it's going to be more for video game sounds if you want to hear people trying to creep up behind you footsteps. Super bass might be like if you just want loud, obnoxious noise. Like I said, I will try and get you guys a review of what they sound like when I get them. I was just more excited to have a good, high quality, middle of the road headset. But same thing, if you pop open the center little thing right here, are all my attachments. Now this guy right here, Steven doesn't have because his is wired. This is your wireless adapter, essentially. This is going to plug into either your PC, your PlayStation 4, or your Xbox One, Xbox 360, whatever you're going to be playing it on. You have, same thing, your 3.5mm jack. This is for, like he said, if you want to hook it into your phone, or whatever the case may be. This will actually plug into also your Xbox One controller, if you're using that, or whatever the case may be, but it'll also plug into this. Now, this charging cable, easy peasy, like he said, looks like I have another 3.5mm jack. I think that's fantastic that I got 2 of them. So,
I'm going to be writing to
facto.
Lucid about this travesty
travesty.
that I only got 1mm jack.
This is the key thing that you will want to keep of for your gaming wireless. Now, this is what's going to hook into this. I had it a little backwards. This is going to hook into this. The other end is going to hook into your Xbox or your PlayStation. What that will do is this will make it wireless. This is going to send the sound from the headset to this. This cable is going to send the sound from this to your PlayStation or this to your Xbox.
Is that in S video or whatever the hell they're called?
I forget what they're called. We dropped the ball on that one.
No,
and it is it's just called the base station optical cable.
Optical
Cable. Really quickly, I'm going to get an Xbox controller and show you.
A few moments later.
So when I say 100% wireless, when you were playing with the PlayStation 4, you do have a 3.5mm jack on the bottom, which, let's say these are dead. You forget to charge them. You can still use these using your 3.5mm jack. Excuse me. If these are charged and you're able to play, you just literally sync these together, plug these 2 together, and you are 100% wireless. It's amazing. This is exactly what I wanted.
That's what the future looks like.
That's what the future looks like.
Wireless.
Xbox, this is where it got a little bad for me, a little upset. These 2 items will plug into your Xbox. But you will have to plug this, and these 3 together. So these will be tethered together. That's a little bit of a bummer.
But so really, like, again, the main difference of the 2 is the wire and the wireless. If it doesn't matter to you, they both have the surround sound. They both have the ability to plug into both controllers.
Yes.
Or wirelessly. To be regular headphones. And just superior quality, I feel like. Like, even just holding them, I feel like it's better than, Dre Beats or any other kind of bullshit out there.
And they probably work just fine. And like I said, didn't realize until we pulled these out, the earpiece on these are considerably larger than the earpiece on those. So these are full over the ear. Those will just be more on the ear. Now, the one thing that Steven forgot to point out, when you mute these, there is a little light on the end of your boom mic that lights up to let you know you are muted, which I think is fantastic. Because let's say you mute yourself and you have in your peripheral a little light that'll be shining and going, oh shit, I'm still fucking
every
muted.
single person has muted themselves, forgotten they muted themselves, and then you're trying to talk to your team or
communicate or just talk
shit.
in general.
Yeah, and
You're just talking to
you
yourself.
can't. Yeah.
So this will let you know that you are muted. The light, I think it's a fantastic one of those small details that I think is great that somebody put into it. Because you do have other companies out there that when you mute, you don't realize you're muted, you just keep talking.
Yeah.
You're an idiot, you're talking to yourself. Your teammates, if they are that into communication, or if, like I said, if you're just having a general conversation, you're talking, nobody's hearing you. This will let you know.
It's almost like these, like the competitors out there. You have your Turtle Beach, your Mad Cats, your Triton. These are made with like those nitpicks in mind.
Yes.
Like, why do I need 3 separate headsets for Switch, PlayStation, Xbox? Why
PC.
Why can't I know when I'm on mute? Why is this? Why is that? And they kind of took that and solved most of the issues. Again, and you can control everything from the earpieces. You don't need to go. Looking at the box, there is a mobile app that you can use as well. That we'll get a review on that. Tell you how easy it is to use. Most of us game with our phones right next to us anyway. So if you could hit mute on your phone and mute that, or turn it up, turn it down, kind of mess with that.
We'll figure all this out for you. This was just purely an unboxing.
Yeah, super excited about these headphones. Again, Stackhouse has been using them. His latest stream is a Resident Evil Scare Stack, and it sounded spectacular. Like, you could still hear his PlayStation 4 in the background buzzing like a jet, but he sounded crystal clear and much better than the Snowball he was using.
Get a new hard drive stack. But yes, so the LS30, 100% wireless. Other than on the Xbox One, you will need to plug in the headset to the controller, but it is wireless from the console to the controller. PlayStation 4, 100% wireless between headset and controller and console. The 20s, wireless from the console to the headset, but you will need to plug in both to the controller, so you will constantly have that tether. Even though the cable's long enough, you'll always be stuck to it, which, like I said, if that's not a big deal to you, then it's not a big deal to you. The price difference, a little bit extreme, so if you don't mind dropping the extra, we'll get an actual price point. We just kind of are winging this, to be completely honest.
Ours will know because they were cut in half.
Okay.
Their retail there, it was saying that the 20s were 80, and then yours were like 100 and something.
150, we'll say.
Yeah.
Because I got them for 80.
Yeah.
And then
so
give or
these were,
take,
we paid 40, you paid 80.
I paid 80, and then the 40s, which I said, the way it was explained to me, there is literally no difference between the 30s and the 40s, except for the 40s have in-ear 7.1 Dolby surround sound. So if that's something you're totally into, then have at it. But they run the same. So completely wireless PlayStation 4, semi-wireless Xbox One. But they do work PC, they do work Switch, they do work with your mobile cell phone device, whatever the case you want. And integrated ear buttons, integrated volume controls for game and chat. And just overall, these will hopefully be as solid of a middle-of-the-road headset that you're not dropping $40, $50 on a completely plastic pair of Turtle Beaches, or the $400 for your Astro gaming headsets, pure competitive, whatever you want to call it. That I fear to buy those, because if I broke a $400 pair of headset, I would cry. And this man who just had a kid isn't really looking to spend $400 on anything except for diapers.
Not even that.
Not even that. But by Thursday, when the Franken Culture podcast comes out.
Yeah, so we're going to be recording the podcast on Thursday. You'll get some time. I'll hopefully have had some time. Stackhouse will have a couple days with them. We'll talk about it. And then we'll also do a review video.
Yeah.
Where Stackhouse kind of... I think his setup's going to be a little less professional. We've had producer Billy helping us out today.
Mr. Billy has been a huge help.
But yeah, we're going to go full bore on this and have some serious reviews. And if they're shit, like after we use them for a week, we'll let you guys know if they're shit. But I don't think we're going to have that problem.
And the general consensus is these are awesome headphones.
Do you have anything else?
No, I'm good.
Cheers.
Cheers. And once again,